Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about building relationships and making connections. So, really, you guys, what's so important in this business is to understand that your job is to make friends, like all the time, wherever you go. But also, there's a great opportunity that we have here to build relationships online. And so, what I want to take the opportunity to do today is talk you through how I build connections so that I can always be talking to new people and just building that trust with them. So the way that you really have to look at your business is that, it's like this big funnel. That's like sales in general. There's this funnel. There's people, the funnel is wide at the top. So you need a lot of people that you're connected with at the top. And then eventually a few of them will come down and they'll trust you. They'll be like, yes, I need to do this. I'm going to sign up with her. Not every person that reaches out or asks for information is going to purchase from you. That's just not how sales work. Typically, we see about 1 in 10 people who request information will actually sign up. So keep that in mind as you're doing your invites, as you are building connections, that it takes a lot of connecting with people in order to get the people that are going to be your lifers and the people that will want to work with you. So the idea with building connections and building just the relationship is to really just, like I said, just make friends. Like, engage in conversation, be intentional with them. And so today I want to talk specifically about Instagram because this is a really, really awesome way to build connections. And it's really not that scary and it's not weird at all. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on Instagram, and part of your work every day is going to be connecting with new people. So I'm going to encourage you to find at least 20 new people every single day to add to the people that you're going to be intentional about connecting with. If you're just starting out, I would recommend bumping that number up to maybe 30 or 40 people a day for a while until you have a bunch of people at the top of that funnel, so to speak, so that you know who to connect with every day. So really the way that you're going to find people to connect with, it's a few different options. First, you could simply look at who is already liking your posts, who's already engaging with you and showing interest in what you are putting out there. Those are the people that you're going to want to make sure you follow back and that you make a point to look at their feeds. And so you're going to look at their photos and you're going to comment and like. Now, what you need to keep in mind is that just because you follow someone does not mean that they're automatically going to show up in your feed. Like when you open up Instagram, just because you follow them does not mean they're going to pop up. The way that the Instagram algorithm works is that it's going to just randomly populate people in your feed based on what you like, based on what your interests are. So if you want to be intentional about following a specific person and checking in and loving on their posts and commenting, you need to be strategic about how you're going to remember to do that. And so below this, the next little part in this section is going to be showing you how you can actually make collections on your phone so that you can go back and check in with people every day. So that's one way, is the people that are already engaged and liked on your posts. The people that are responding to your polls on stories, right? Those are people that you should be connecting with, that should be prospects for you to potentially build a business with. But remember, at this point, we are not talking about the business at all. We're not talking about fitness at all. We're just building that trust. We want people to know that we're not out to sell them anything. We're out to help them. And so if there's a good fit naturally along the way where they need help with their goals or they want to grow a business and you can help them, awesome. But you're not going to convince them. You're not going to spam them or try to sell them something that they don't need or want. You're just trying to build that connection and that trust right now. And so another way is that you can go to the Explore page on Instagram. If you click the little magnifying glass, you can actually go and just find different people that are maybe into fitness, or maybe they're into cooking or fashion or whatever, and you can find them. And remember, when you're making these connections, you do not want to connect with other Beachbody coaches. It's okay if you have a few that you like to follow just for examples, but your goal with this connecting piece is so that eventually someday these people could be potential clients, customers, coaches on your team. So when you're making these connections, make sure that they're not already a coach, because it's kind of a waste of time if you're going to do that. You can also search hashtags. You can search different hashtags, like for if you're a mom, you could search mom life. If you're, a nanny, you could search nanny life, or based on where you live, you could search those hashtags and find people. What you're really looking for here are people that they have your vibe, you know, you would want to work with them. I always tell people that when you're looking for people to connect with, it should be people that you would want to hang out with on the weekend. Like you would want to have a girls' night and do whatever you do on a girls' night with them. Like they should be your people. So make sure that you are looking for those types of people. And so when you're building these connections, then like what I do is I make a collection, A to Z. And so anytime I find someone to connect with, I will click on their photo and I'll add them to my collection. And then I will go through the alphabet every week. Like maybe I'll break it up into chunks, like 5 different chunks, so that on Mondays I'm going to connect with A through F or whatever it is. And then on Tuesday I'll connect with, you know, G through I or whatever. And then I'll just kind of break it up from there. And I'll go into those collections and reconnect on purpose with those people. And so Alyssa has created a video, like I said, to show you how to set up those collections. But when I'm saying connect every day, like adding 20 new people every day, and then I want you to connect with 50 people every day. And by connect, I mean comment on their posts, I mean watch their stories and reply to their stories, you know, like their stuff, just being a friend to them and showing genuine interest in their life is what connecting is all about. But you are not going to be inviting at this point. That's for the next section, okay? This is all about connecting and making friends, and then we'll go from there.